Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Lay It on the Line. I'm Jamila.
Ine Devon.
And your boy Miles.
Welcome back.
Y'all just got the giggles this day,
I
huh?
know, I know,
The
I know.
giggles over here.
All right, before we jump into our topic for today, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share our podcast. We want you guys to follow us and make sure that you never miss an episode of Lay It on the Line.
Yes. Also, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Lay It on the Line.
Lay It on the Line, and that's the THA line. All right, so today we're going to get into marriage,
And divorce.
baby mamas.
I ain't got a baby mama.
Transactional is being married. Is that transactional?
I've heard. I recently had a conversation with somebody about marriage, and they said that it's business.
I could see how somebody could think that it's a business because they thinking transactional, but for me, I'm more traditional. I could see, I also hear people saying that marriage also is just something that people did back in the day because they needed help with their kids. So it's easy to just pawn your children off to a man to take that mouth out of your house to feed. And that man is going to get your daughter and he's going to take care of your daughter and take you away.
I've never heard that before.
Never? Okay, look, do you remember the movie The Color Purple?
Yes.
Okay, so in the movie The Color Purple, remember Mister, he wanted, I can't remember, what was Celie's sister name? Nettie?
Yes.
Nettie. Nettie was the pretty one?
Yes.
Okay, so he wanted Nettie, but the daddy was like, no, you can't have Nettie, you can have Celie. So he pawned Celie off, and then she was supposed to go and take care of his household. That was the transactional part. Usually when a man come and get a woman from the family, he pays or gives the dad something for that daughter. But when you have a poor family, and this is back in the day, not right now.
They
you have
still
a poor
doing
family. You think they still doing
Yeah, they
it?
still doing
In
it.
other
I
countries.
think in
I
certain
they're still doing it. In other
relationships,
countries, I think
not
They still
relationships,
doing it.
in some nationalities they
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like our family, Miles, my grandmother had like 14 kids.
Yeah.
So just imagine a house full of 14 kids back in the day. So then your grandfather, he walking by and he see this fine, thick, yellow woman.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't a woman, she was a girl. But back in the day, you could get married.
Yeah.
And
To
there was
girls.
no such thing as statutory.
Yeah.
But it would be easier for my grandparents to be like, okay, you can go on and marry her because you're going to take care of her.
Yeah.
And now I only have 13 kids in the house versus the 14. So that part, I think, is the transactional part.
Right. I think from what it was provided to me was the whole license aspect of it.
What does
Right.
that represent, though? Like, what's the
license
purpose?
represent business.
Okay.
Right. So when you have to get a license for something, this gives you permission to act as a business of some sort or to conduct business of some sort. You have a driver's license. You have the state's permission to drive.
Yeah.
To conduct whatever business you need to conduct.
So what's the business that you're conducting as a marriage?
Right. This gives you the ability, and I don't even think it's a business, but I think when you get married, this is given permission, the state giving you permission to act as one. So anything that, if this one person don't show up, you can talk, speak, act on behalf of the other person when you within a marriage. But if outside of that, you can claim you married, some people will go for it. But legally, is that something that you're able to do?
You conniving.
Because my thing is, when you get married,
You conniving. It ain't no business. It ain't but a piece of paper with a name on it. Whatever agreement y'all have with each other, that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I just feel like marriage is what people make of it. You know what I'm saying? You have people that's been together for years and years and not married, and they shit is perfect. You got people been together for 15 years, get married, next year they divorce. Like, where y'all went wrong? Because sometimes people feel like the title that we married, I can just do this behind your back. If you do anything behind my back and we married, I'm leaving you. Because I feel like now you're stealing. You doing shit because you sneaking behind my back. I can't trust you. One thing about it is, if people get in it and feel like they want to do this and do that for it, then they coming in with the wrong perspective on their mind. They coming in to be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna see what I can win and get off of this. I can do this and I can do that because we married. And some people feel like, why should I have control? Like, I don't want to control you, so I don't want you to control me. At the end of the day,
So you think getting married is
it can be
gain
good.
control?
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it ain't so much control of it. But I'm saying some people might feel that way.
so what is, in y'all opinion, because everybody on this panel has been married before, correct?
Yes.
So, what does marriage mean to y'all? What is the benefit of marriage?
Honestly, I'm gonna take a step back because I think for me, I feel like being married versus not being married. I feel like people that don't get married are they may not believe in it, but I also feel like it's an easy way to exit stage left,
Mm-hmm.
right? So people that are married will probably deal with a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably work a little bit harder on the relationship. They'll probably put up with a lot more in a relationship. Not saying it's the right thing to do,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like that it pushes people to just work a little bit more. Now, when you're not married, guess what? I don't have to deal with your shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out
Mm-hmm.
and just be done with it. And I think that's what some people look for when they get married is that stability.
Mm-hmm.
To know that, you know what, we vowed to work through all of our shit, regardless of how it looks, what it looks like, and that's what, we're gonna do. We're just gonna focus on doing it. And I think that's kind of when I got into a marriage, that's what I looked at. I'm looking at, we're here, we're gonna work through it all. And because you're married, I think it forces you to deal, like I said, deal with a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So when if I wasn't married, I could have been walked away from, the marriage, but it's like, but we're married.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So let's figure this out. Let's go to counseling. Let's do these things. Let's do this. Let's do that to try to figure out how to make it work. When if we wasn't, it's like, you know what? I ain't got no reason to stay here.
That can go both ways.
I mean, I
Marriage,
understand.
it
What
can
do
go
you
both
feel
ways.
the
just saying.
benefits of marriage is?
Really, it shouldn't be no benefits. The benefits of being
If there's
married.
no benefits, then
Hold
why
on,
do
let me
it?
say you. I mean, because you can look at it how you want to. I feel like this here. Marriage, to me, you should marry a person because y'all love each other. Not because what a person look like, not because of this here. You should marry because this person take care of you like you take care of them. And it's till death do us apart. Somebody got to go. So let's go pick out what favorite casket you like or me. I'm just saying, because that's what the hell is going to be. With me, death do us part. And so my point is, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if you love me, before I say I do, I have to see these things in you that I want for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change you. I mean, everybody not gonna be perfect, but you'll still like
You
if
can
you love that
compromise.
person, you're gonna compromise and you're gonna change some things that you might not like,
Yeah.
and that person gonna do, and that's okay because that's what you do. But you live and you grow and you learn. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's a blessing in all type of ways for you. You know what I'm saying? You look at it in the right way. You think with a positive mind, you get a positive results. You go in with the wrong thoughts and a negative situation in it, then you're gonna get the negative part of it. Not saying you're gonna have your bads and your ups and downs, but when you got your bad, you gotta know how to manage it and understand what's more powerful, how y'all got to where you at. So I look at it like this here. You always need to do things what got y'all going in the first place.
Right.
You still need to do date nights. Still need to have romantic nights.
What
You
they
still
doing?
need to go. You still need to go out together. Give yourself space. Give him space, and then you come back and you have something to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And shit get crucial and hard, then you just pray about it.
Right.
People don't believe in prayer. That's cool. Do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you got to realize what made you attracted to me and me attracted to you. And as long as we get that understanding, we know that, then everything will be gravy. So I don't see nothing wrong with marriage. Only thing wrong with marriage is if y'all get in it and you break up with the bullshit because of bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong, you go through it, but I'm not going to stay around for the bullshit. So if you do sneaky shit behind my back, you take shit behind my back and you tell me, well, we married, I can do that, or I can do that shit. Bullshit.
And I understand that because I
Yeah.
think that's where the problem comes in at,
Yeah.
because that's where
A lot
I
of
think
problems
the
go.
fear of transactional is because now because we're married, I can do, I
Yeah.
can take, I can use,
Nah.
I can do all. That's not fair.
Nah.
And that's not the point of being in a relationship. And when you say, I like when you say do the date night thing, because I was talking to a high school friend and we were just chopping it up, and he said, I said, are you still married? And he said, yeah. I said, I got a good place you can take your wife out to. And he said, yeah, we haven't been out in a while. And I was like, why? And he said, every time we go out, she ended up pregnant. And I said, go grab a box of condoms, man. Take that girl out. You know,
Yeah,
like do
yeah.
what you do. But I feel like that's some people, they get into the swing of things, everything go good, but they fall off
Yeah.
because of life.
Okay, so my opinion about marriage and the benefits of marriage. I feel like people don't take the time to get to know each other. And if you take the time to get to know each other, look at the things that you like. Like you say, you're not trying to change nobody. But if you get somebody that you're equally yoked with,
Yeah.
then the chances of your marriage surviving, or the chances of you being happy within your marriage, you have a better chance of stability
See.
in that
Yeah, making it
marriage.
work, yeah.
You know, but a lot of people look at marriage, like you say, business wise or transactional. Now, if you want something that's transactional, he provides money, and then for him, you providing sex. Some people look at marriage like, well, at least I can get some every night. If that's what you like, make sure that the person that you marrying, that's what they like.
I don't see
You
the
know,
point in that,
some
though.
men, they like to be able to be the man that gives their wife money. Some men feel like, no, this is a partnership. We both gonna be provided, but you need to know that person. So if you take the time to get to know the person, find out what they like. Is that what you like?
Yeah.
Are we on the same page? And some marriages, they do end in divorce, but if you go into that marriage before you get married and you say, listen, when we get married, divorce is not an option. We're going to work it out. We're going to talk about it. If you respect the person, if you love the person, then I don't see how it's going to really be a problem, because when it's trust, when it's respect, when y'all both are compatible, then those are the marriages that really last. Now, if you don't trust somebody, why y'all even dating in the first place?
Because
But
they be.
I don't, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I don't feel like that comes in the beginning. I feel like losing trust, losing security, or feeling inadequate in a relationship comes over time, because again, from lack thereof. Like Miles was saying, we started off dating, we started doing these things. I'll tell anybody, baby, I'm gonna flirt all day long. If we together and I'll turn into a dude, because I'm like, you fine as fuck. Like that's how I want to be with my man. When you walk by, hey, come here, let me holler at you for a second. That's me. But people stop doing that. You forget to tell your girl that you look good. I like that on you and stuff like that.
But you got to be attracted to the person that you with.
Absolutely,
Sometimes people get married and they let themselves go, and it's going to be hard for that man or that woman to tell you, hey, baby, you fine, when she walking around with a bonnet on all day, or he walking around, like my mama say, with your head looking like a chicken butt.
Right, but then there comes to communication, because again, we go back to this topic every time you turn around. Communication. You have to be able to be with somebody that you're comfortable with having conversations with. Because if baby you falling off, baby, you falling off.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong?
Can't get in your feelings about that shit
You
either.
can't, because again, if that person is supposed to be your provider, it's supposed to be your security, you supposed to feel secure, and you supposed to be able to go to that person for anything. So if they come to you and say, baby, what's wrong, you falling off, then you might want to evaluate the situation.
Yeah.
But some
don't
people
take that.
can't do that.
Yeah.
And you just got to know, again, you got to be open to just take criticism or whatever the case may be, and know that the person is not. Now, if they say, you little fat motherfucker, what you got going on, then that's a different story.
But that's the person that's going to be talking like that from the beginning. People fall in and out of love in relationships, but that's why I'm a firm believer. I know you say you can meet somebody in a week and get married the next week. Just from my own personal experience, that's not for me. I think that it's important to be friends with the person that you're with, because if you're friends with them, you know how to talk to them. You're going to know how to communicate with them. If that's your friend and you trust them and they trust you and you love them, you know how to talk to them without hurting their feelings. Or if you hurt their feelings, you're going to care enough about them to say, hey, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. That's not what I meant to do. You know what I'm saying? But when you fall out of love, you still have to remember, this is my wife. This is my husband. I don't want to purposely do something to hurt that person. Now, if you don't want to be with them, I mean, you say till death do us part. Sometimes some people get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But forever doesn't always be till death do you part. At what point do you decide this ain't working
enough
for me?
is enough.
Yeah, I mean, cuz you should know that for yourself. Like I tell everybody, you know how much you can handle and how much you can take. And so at the end of the day, you got to understand. If I tell you, son, hey, like, you got to be able to understand. If I tell you, son, I'm telling you because that's what I'm, because let's prime example. So in other words, if I got big and I stop shaving, tell me that. Don't be cool.
Well, I need to tell you. You look in the mirror every day.
Of course that. But I understand that. But some people feel like, man, shit, I ain't going nowhere.
Or you might think she don't care because y'all together.
So you say, hey, baby, I like for you to stay gloomy. Let's start getting out. Or if I'll be like, hey, baby, I think you might gain a little weight. Let's go to the gym. It ain't that I'm hurting your feelings, because if I let you get big and I leave, then
You didn't give me the opportunity to
I ain't give you
fix
no
it.
opportunity. Now I don't feel like I gave it a fair shot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the day, and now medical reasons and stuff like that, that's understandable. And sometimes, like you say, that can be, and then a lot of times it can be when, like I say, when people be sneaky doing shit behind your back, somebody going taking money out of account, people taking money doing this and taking doing that, and that can turn to a problem. When sometimes he or she take money from an account that y'all supposed to be having or doing shit behind each other's back, that turns to a confusion.
So are people still having joint accounts?
I don't know. Everybody do how they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me personally, whatever account you had before you met, he or she, y'all had your own account, and then y'all come to y'all agreement to put something together in an account.
Yeah.
Like every week we'll put maybe 500 or
Yeah.
300 in this account, and they go
Right.
towards whatever we
I
want to
like
do.
that.
You do it that way, and that way you separate. I don't feel like everybody need to put their money
All their
together.
money together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
because
I
that's
just
gonna be
don't.
problems if
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
any reason you have to part
Yeah, I just
ways.
don't feel like doing that. And even with that, like say if I met you, I had my own house, you had your own house. Well, if we decide to get a house together, we'll get a house, we'll build together. But my house I had before you, the house you had before me, that's yours, that's mine. I rent that one out, rent that one. If we have kids together, right? If I already got older kids, you have older kids, and we have kids together, well, if something happened to me, I'm gonna make sure you and the kids that we have together is straight, and then I'm gonna let it know my kids over here, this is theirs over here, and
Right.
this is yours, and that you don't have to worry about that. And I'm gonna let it be known in their face. What happened is with stuff like that is people get up and they be together so long, they not married or something go on, they passed away, and then next thing you know, you got bitter ass family, mothers, daughters, sisters, kids. They come in here and then they want to got a problem with the wife or the girlfriend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And they want to, that's my brother shit or that's my son shit, and it started to a lot of confusion. You know what I'm saying? And just a big conflict behind some material shit.
That's why they should have wheels.
When that person went around. So when you put a will together and you let it be known, you put it on paper, you put it on law, you make everybody sign, you make your kids sign this motherfucker, you make them sign and everybody sign. Because when you leave, I'm going to make sure y'all straight and what y'all going to do. Even if I leave a house over here, what y'all not going to do, y'all not going to sell that house. You can't sell it. If something happened to y'all, you need somewhere to fall back on, you file for that. Anything that me and her built together, if we was married or something, or we whatever we got, whatever our kids, this will go to my kids. If we bought other properties, split that shit down, you get this child one, you get this child one, every child get one apiece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we got
What
six
about
kids,
those kids that's estranged and they don't want to talk to you? Are we giving them anything?
well, kids that strain on talk,
Are we giving them
you
anything?
get them a certain amount. You know what I'm saying? You get them a certain amount. I feel like you give everybody something in your will to a point on how they are. You know what I'm saying?
agree with that. I thought
The
you
point
said
how you are.
everybody.
If you my child and you half-ass come around check them, send me this. Well, guess what? You my child. I'm gonna leave you something. So instead of me might leaving you 200,000, I'm gonna leave you 15,000. You know, they go back why you see people who got billions and millions of dollars. They don't leave their kids a million. They be like, why your kids on a million or 500,000? Because you know why? My kid gonna fuck the money out. You're not showing me no type of nothing. So, but like you say, but I don't want to cut it short real quick. But once you put everything in order and play and get it understood, we won't have these problems. But too many of us don't get life insurance. Too many of us don't. We ain't thinking about what tomorrow can be. 5 minutes, you can walk out the house and something can happen. We don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? And it can be a big confusion going on. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to bring up now that's like the scenario that you're given is if like you either have a will or I'm saying family. I'm going to say family. Okay, so let's take away family, right? We've been together for years. Let's say 10, 15 years, never married, and you pass away. So what you're telling me is, okay, this house is taken care of. I have this life insurance or whatever the case may be, but you the breadwinner. I ain't had to work since we've been together.
Yeah.
What I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to me. I'm stuck. So now I have to figure it out because I haven't worked in 10, 15 years.
What's gonna happen is his family gonna come in, you just his girlfriend, and they gonna come try to take everything in that house.
That part, but not even that, but also understand that if we were married, when I would get maybe your pension or I would get your Social Security or whatever the case may be, I can't get none of that.
Of course that.
I don't get none of that. So guess what? If there was a mortgage still standing, just say, I understand you say if you know those that have life insurance, if there was a mortgage
Bank
still left
coming.
out of the house, I done lost the house because guess what? We decided we didn't want to go put on paper. So now I done lost everything. Now I'm broke. I done been 10 to 15 years without a job. Now I have to figure this shit out. And that put me in a position where now I'm completely stuck.
Yeah.
And I'm starting from scratch.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
something wing off it. I'm gonna tell you how you do that. Listen to me real close. What she's saying is true, right? If she worked 50, if you been a breadwinner, if I've been a breadwinner all along, and she haven't been working, and something happened, and now, like you say, the pensions and all that going. So if you know, if you in the mind, man know if he want to marry that woman. So up top, if you know you don't want to marry, but you love her, and you know your pension's gonna go to your kids, then this is what you women need to do, and the man need to get an understanding. Well, since I ain't gonna be able to get your pensions, I'm gonna make sure the life insurance policy will hold you down to the fact that you be good. First of all. Second of all, they have insurance. If something's to happen, it'll pay so much of it to cover the house off. You can, so just say we owe, the house was 200 some thousand, and by time, and I done got it down to 100 some thousand, but I have insurance that'll give you 80,000. You got money from the insurance, probably take that 80,000, pay on that house. You ain't working 15 years, right?
I don't think it worked like that.
No, if you get a term policy, you can use your term
No,
policy.
he's
no,
saying
no,
if
no,
there's
no.
no insurance,
No.
I mean, no, you're not married, because what she's saying is she doesn't get anything. But as far as the house go, you can give her money for your insurance policy, but as far as that house that's in your name and she's only your girlfriend, she can't go pay that house off. That house is in your name.
Hold on. That's true. Everything written. Once you put stuff in paper, it don't matter.
Okay.
Once you put it on paper and they know that in the mortgage company, just say I tell you every month to pay the
You have
mortgage.
to add them to the
I
deed.
give you the add to the deed. So if something
You
go
gotta add
on,
it to the
you
deed.
take care of that for me.
Yeah.
So she can
So you can add her to the deed, but you
can
can't.
add her
No,
to-
no, no. My
Hold on.
question is, you can add her to the deed, but you cannot make her your wife. Why not?
I'm just breaking it down for those who don't want
But
to.
why would a man not do that?
Hey.
If you can trust her enough to be on the deed to your house,
Well,
why she can't be
it
your
ain't
wife?
necessary. You can say the deed. You can just, you giving her control to be able to take care of shit.
But if you're gonna
saying
give
you
her
lose that
control, why
control.
don't you make her
But
your wife?
Don't ask me. Ask them niggas
I'm
who
asking
don't
the
want to do it.
scenario.
I'm just
okay.
saying, but that's true what you're saying. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is you can still have some type of money. If the money comes, she can, this check go to her to cover the insurance. She gonna be the one. And right, the kids got to be the one to get the policy, because you got to get the death certificate, right? And the death certificate goes to the insurance company, because they got to receive one. The mortgage company got, I mean, not the mortgage, the
I think they got to
funeral
get
home got to
all
receive
of-
and all
all
that.
of it,
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, it's ways that still can make sure she good. But third of all, real quick before you go to it, 15 years, you should be making some type of income coming in. Don't rely on that man at all.
But
15
everybody not the
years,
same way. Some men don't want their
but
wives
that's
to work.
controlling.
It may not be
They
controlling.
go, shit, that's controlling.
But it
Low line
may
controlling.
Not, it may not be
Don't get
controlling.
wrong.
It's just some people are comfortable with being
That's controlling.
housewife. If I'm
Why
comfortable
though?
being
But why?
if I'm comfortable being housewife, how is that controlling? Where's the controlling part coming in?
I'm gonna say it's more than it is controlling, because he wants you to rely
If
on
I
him.
want to be a housewife.
You can
how is
be.
he controlling me?
Listen, you can want to be a housewife. That's you. But as far as that man that wants to do it, dictate everything, control everything, you can't do nothing without him.
But
That's a form of control.
But this is the thing.
But this
The
a man
option-
telling you
but
that's
But
control.
I'm telling you, this is why
It's
I'm
an
saying
option
it's
that
not
works
control.
for you.
No. Listen to me. What I'm saying is, if I had the option,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he told me I was going
But
to
you
be
choose to do it.
Exactly. I chose to be a stay-at-home mom because he gave me the option to
Yeah.
do so.
You a stay-at-home
Or
mom until
stay-at-home
your
wife or
children are
whatever.
18. Why you not working after
but
that?
Wife, mom, whatever the case may be. If I had the option
Yeah.
to not have to work, and I said option, that is not saying that he's controlling me.
I got
That's
you.
saying that he gave me the option.
Okay.
I chose checkbox yes. I'm gonna
Okay.
stay my ass at home.
But why?
Whatever the reason may be, it may not. The reason why it doesn't make a difference. It's just the fact that I have that ability,
That option, and that's
to sit
fine
down.
to have that.
'Cause
I'm gonna
guess-
say this here to our viewers, to the women out there. It's good to be a stay-at-home mom, but
Yeah.
your ass better have something
Type of
on the
income.
back burner, because
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of the day, that man can choose to go out and do whatever he want to do. When he got you at home, that's giving him too much opportunity. We would love to think that our husbands is going to love us, that's going to cherish us, that's going to be faithful to us. But for 15 years, you ain't did nothing. When that man died, and for any reason that you can't get the money, his insurance policy is not that good. Like she said, who finna hire you and you don't have no work history?
Yeah.
You don't have
That's why your
nothing to
hustle
fall
come in.
back on. 15 years, you can be a stay-at-home mom, but your ass better get an education in that time. You better be building a business. You better do something, because
Well,
at any minute that man can leave you and you have nothing. Why put yourself in a situation to where you can't do nothing unless this man gives you
you
something?
can be home, just
Now,
maybe
I
she
agree.
elevating herself.
No, and I understand. Now, I understand. Believe me, I understand where you're coming from. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that it's a smart move.
Yeah,
Let's make that clear.
Okay,
You just
make
speaking for
sure-
I'm not
those. You
saying
speaking
that
for
it's a
those who
smart
might
move.
Because
choose
these
to do
I'm
women
saying
that.
out
that
here
those
now, they
that may
thinking
choose
that
Yeah.
all they got to do is be cute and the man gonna take care of me. But you still got to understand that man might fall out of love with you. Like you say, you might gain some weight. Y'all might have a lack in communication. You're putting yourself in a position. We just hope and pray that he
Everything
love
goes
you
straight.
as much as he say he love you, and don't nobody never take his attention away. But let's just say that that man decide, like, you know what? Marriage ain't for me no more. 15 years of this and I'm sick of it. I don't want you no more. That's his house. That's his money. That's his car. What you gonna do? Look, what was that movie with Tyler Perry made? Diary of a Mad Black
yeah.
Woman.
Oh, yeah.
She was a housewife. He took care of her. She didn't have to do nothing. That man was cheating
She
on
helped
her.
him
He
build
had
a
a baby
business.
on
Yeah,
her. He
but that's
got
what I'm
her
saying.
She
this
helped build the
diseases.
business, but she
and
got
guess
nothing.
what? She got nothing. He threw her behind out
Yeah.
on the front porch and had somebody come pick her up in a U-Haul. He didn't care where she went. I would never put myself in that position to where I have to depend on a man.
I agree. Y'all know I'm licensed with. I have several licenses, and even with that, again, I'm a licensed life insurance agent.
Girl, you better have something to fall back on.
So I will say this: another option, if we talking longevity,
Yeah.
annuities.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know about annuities. You can get an annuity that is set for you and your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
If one of y'all die, the other one get monthly income,
Yeah.
and vice versa. You can even set up annuity that you can leave to your child. So if one of y'all die, that other person, or let's say both of y'all die, it'll still leave money, income coming in.
So
for that
annuity,
third
does
person.
How you
that go
think
with the
people get
insurance
rich?
company?
Yes, you do.
How you
annuities
think them
through
people be
insurance.
getting rich?
Oh, I know that's how they do from
How you think
from their insurance policy.
how you
Their
think the
parents,
jokers
their
are getting
generation, what
rich?
they passing it down. They getting these $1 million policies.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Staying at home 15 years, if you choose to do that, no work, no nothing, and want to be the house mom, that's when, and then the dude decide to leave your ass, that's where the bitter come in from. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm just letting you know that's where the bitters come in, because now the motherfucker gonna feel like, yeah, he ain't there, but shit, that man was out this here just the other week or whenever the day will go, and then even vice versa. You got dudes that sit at home and choose not to work either.
Mm-hmm. But
And
you
then
can't
the woman-
get mad
and then
at
the
that
woman
man because
leave.
what he want to do
Yeah,
with
yeah,
his
but
money
hey,
that he made.
pimping ain't dead, I guess so. But at the end of the day, if that man choose to stay and that woman leave, then he ain't got nowhere to go. He on to the next one trying to find somewhere
The
to
only
go.
way that I would be comfortable or be happy being a stay-at-home wife, my husband got to be rich, because that means I ain't got to stay at home all day. I just can't sit in the house all day looking at the walls all day.
I don't think no stay-at-home wife actually stays at home.
I'm just saying he gonna have to make a whole lot of money, because I just can't do it. It's not for me. And what Miles was saying, what creates bitter. So that woman on that movie, she was bitter, she was angry, she was mad. He left her with nothing. She put herself in that situation by choosing to be a stay-at-home wife.
So you're
or
gonna be
whatever.
better. So you choose
So
to
let's
be better.
imagine if they had kids, right?
Yeah.
They done broke up. Now you a baby mama. You're no longer a wife. You're no longer this put up stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife. Now you got to go on welfare. You gotta get Medicaid when you used to have Blue Cross Blue Shield. You see him with his new girl, and now you with these little snot-nosed kids. You gotta raise them by yourself, but you didn't have them by yourself. Now you're bitter. Now your whole goal in life is to, how can I make this nigga pay for me being a baby mama now?
It drives me nuts to hear
Baby mama.
wives turn into baby mamas. Like
But
that,
that's
I
what
just
you
feel
are.
Like that, but you're an ex-wife.
You are ex-wife,
Like, you're
but
an ex-wife.
when that man see you, is he gonna see that?
All respect. I just feel like that's disrespectful to turn a wife into a baby mama. That's disrespect, because not only that this person had your kids, but this person also married your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that now they're a baby mama, I just feel like that's somebody that you done laid up with, had kids, and y'all kind of moved around and did your own thing.
So that's the
Well,
kid's
you
mama.
pretty
So
much
that's
did.
I always say that's my kid's mama.
I never allowed my son's dad to call me his baby mama. That's my ex-wife right there.
Yeah, and
I
feel the
felt
same
like
way.
it did hold a higher title, but at the end of the day, we're no longer together. So guess what? I'm his child's
It's
mom.
whatever he tell
Child
them.
mom,
It's
baby.
whatever he or she tell
He better
them.
not let me hear him say
Yeah.
baby mama because
Whatever you
I'm
say back there
offended
don't
by that
matter.
word because we have made that into a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know? But it's a lot of women it's a lot of women and men that want to be baby daddies and baby mamas. Because look at Cardi B. Her dude got 6 kids in the same year. He want to be a baby. You're choosing to be a baby daddy.
She's a baby
Why
maker.
don't men care about being husbands versus being baby daddies?
I don't know.
Cause y'all make it seem, not you, but y'all make it seem like women just want to be baby mamas. Most women, maybe these, what do you call the people born in the
But you know
2000s
what?
and
To be
down?
truthful, I think
They okay with being baby
I
mamas.
don't even honestly. I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because it's less of like our kids' age. It's not that many of them having babies.
Yeah, it is.
Not from what I've seen. I've seen more.
What
people
you been
more,
looking at?
I'm telling you, I've been seeing more people digging into their education
I hope so. That's a
and
smart
getting
thing.
and working and getting master's degrees and bachelor's degrees versus they're just sitting back having
That's on
babies.
your side of town because a lot of these girls that I'm seeing, they not even out of high school yet, and they so ran to have a baby. They online finding dudes, jumping into relationships. They don't even know the dude last name, don't know what school he graduated from, and they just, oh, this my man. As soon as you meet this dude and he start talking to you, he your boyfriend. Then the next thing you know, now you got a baby with this dude. You don't even know him. You don't know his background. And then you wonder why your kid crazy. Your kid crazy because that dude crazy and his mama was crazy too. But you didn't take the time to go meet his family.
So
you
it's
didn't take the
cuckoos.
time to ask her, how was he as a child? Because if you sit down and you talk to a dude, mama, she gonna tell you, well, you know what? When you talk to me and you ask me anything about my son, I'm gonna tell you, well, I had to take his phone for 6 months. He ain't getting nothing for Christmas for 3 years because he ain't want to clean his room. So if you're okay with somebody that don't want to clean their room, then y'all are okay. But you got to get to know a person. Just because a person talking to you and being nice to you and they knocking you down does not mean that he is qualified to be your husband. That does not mean she's qualified to be your wife. But a lot of guys, y'all are sexually motivated. If she coming down and she doing what you want her to do with the stuff that they be doing,
What stuff?
you know what they be doing, they be making y'all want to marry them.
I don't know.
Put it on them, make them want to marry me.
I just,
You know?
That's something that kills me.
that honestly, I had that whole sexually motivated thing.
They
It's just-
are sexually motivated.
I hear that and that don't move me. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, if I even hear or like talking to somebody and I start hearing like it sound like sex, then I'm immediately turned off.
You're a woman. I said the men are sexually motivated. A lot of men get trapped because they see a big booty and a smile. The woman is doing everything that they want them to do, and you can act like you don't know what I'm talking about. But
Don't cut your eye at me, nigga.
I'm going to just say this here. It's not hard to get married. It's not
Nah.
hard to get a man. It's really not hard to keep a man if you know what that man like. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
it.
sometimes people stop doing the things that the person like, and that's why they start facing problems in their
And
relationship.
please make sure that we say back that they go both ways. It's
Yeah.
you know, the same thing with women because it's not just about the man. Because I feel like men do the same thing. They do what it takes to get her, and then they just say screw it after that. You
Well,
just
that's why I
completely
say you
fall
gotta
off. We're
keep
not
doing
even
all
At the
that.
end of the day, whatever you choose to do, whatever kids you have, don't be bitter. If y'all break up, understand y'all won't be the first, you won't be the last to break up. Move on with your life and do what you do. And then some people, they get mad. Like I knew this little chicken head told me she only had a baby by her dude. She didn't like the dude. She didn't want a baby so she can get child support from the dude.
A lot of women doing that.
And I said, you do what? I said, yeah, you won't hear from me once we hang this phone up.
Exactly.
Because at the end
Pay
of the day,
attention.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but she just gonna be, oh, ain't she fine? I ain't worried about that. She tripping. No, Negro. And then a lot of bros, you know, they have baby and then son will go their way. They'll jump up and run out of town with your kid. Like, at the end of the day, ain't no woman should be able to run out of town. I feel like this here, me. I don't have no problem, but I'm just saying, if y'all have a baby and a woman decide to take your child and run out of town, well, you shouldn't have to pay child support.
Okay, hold on. Stop
Wait.
right there. Stop right there.
I'm gonna say what I said. A woman take your child and run out of town with your child, unless it's a job.
Okay.
If it's a job referring to her and it's a job to childhood, but and just want to run out of town, then you shouldn't have to pay child support. When she come back into the state where you at, then you should allow her to pay child support if that's the case.
So does it matter if they went to a different city or is it this only applies to a different state?
State.
Okay, so if they move to a different
So
city,
you're in Texas, Dallas, them driving areas, you can do that. But if you go
okay,
to some states far, far away, yeah, he shouldn't have to pay child support.
Okay, I don't
I don't
really
agree with
agree with.
that.
Well, you said because of the job, so okay, that's good, but that's personal for me because when my son was 5 years old, when I was working at
Hmm.
NCO, I was able to relocate to Virginia. He told me that he was going we were going to move to Virginia because the job was going to pay for everything. They was paying for relocation, they was paying for the cars to get moved, the furniture, the whole house. They paid for my first apartment, the down payment, the first month rent. They actually paid for us to stay in a hotel the whole time. He chose to stay back because he wanted to. I don't want to leave my kids and my mama. But you're gonna let your wife and your child move? I wasn't gonna let that make me stay here because I had a better job opportunity
Well, it's
there.
different.
And I'm dealing with you and your baby mamas here. Let's take our life and start over
Yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah.
So you chose to let your wife leave, and you should still pay child support because
Well,
you
it's
chose to
different.
leave your child.
That's
I'm
different.
your wife. Now you can leave your baby mamas and you can send for your kids whenever, and you still need to pay child support for those kids. My issue is you and me, we have a kid. We're not together. You're just my baby daddy. And if I just be like, oh, I've met another dude over here. No, because that's your kid just like it's my kid. I
Yeah.
don't agree that women, or I ain't gonna even say women, I don't agree that females think that they have more rights to the child than the dad does. It's 50% yours, it's 50% his. And everybody should have a say so. You should not be able to just get up and leave and go to another state with a man just because that's your man. You should consider you taking that baby from his daddy.
I have mixed feelings about that
Let me hear your feelings.
because if the daddy ain't shit, and if the daddy ain't shit, he ain't doing nothing. I just feel like at the end of the day, with that being the case, you got to do what's best for
But
you and
what
your
if the
kid.
daddy is a
What
good
made him ain't
dad
shit?
though?
But I said again, I'm saying that's why I said I have mixed feelings. I'm saying
What made him ain't shit?
what you say with it.
What
What
made him
makes
ain't
him
He
not
shit?
not
shit?
coming around. He don't take care of the
So
He
he a
kids.
shouldn't
deadbeat.
care if he's not spending time with his
But
child.
that's my point. So
Yeah.
when if that's the case, if they not doing nothing, if they not contributing, if they going in and out of jail, you should be able to move
Okay.
around.
Okay.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
what if
Okay.
he is a good dad?
If he's a good dad, then we need to have a conversation about it. That in that particular case, you have a conversation. You shouldn't just be dipping out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so I have to agree on that. You shouldn't just be burning off because you mad because y'all not together.
Yeah.
And
No,
you
we
need
need
to
to
set
sit down
some
and have a conversation and
exactly
let the other person know
visitation.
that hey, I want to move. I need a fresh start for me and the kids. I'm gonna go here. You free to call for them whatever you want to, and or we'll work out visitations.
Summertimes come. You
Right,
come here the
that
whole
type of thing.
summer
Yeah.
breaks.
So in that particular case, yes. But if you feel like you need to move in order for you to make sure that your kids are better, that they grow up in a different environment,
Mhm.
and you to get your mental health together,
Mhm.
go for it.
Well, you have to understand too which environment is better for that child too. So if the environment we in is terrible, and I know it is, but you choose to go, and I want him to go to somewhere that's a lot better and open, then I choose to let you go that way with it.
Yeah.
But we have to agree to a certain ground to be like, you know what, he go up that way or she go that way. Summertime breaks, they need to be here. If they in elementary, let them go to middle school, let them come here, and they come
Yeah.
visit you in the summer. Like we can alternate and work together. But if you just, I'm gonna take your child, he shouldn't have to pay child support. Now, if you're going for a job reference, that's different. So everybody had a reason. So me personally, I don't give a damn what you do. I ain't past all that shit, but I'm just throwing it out there because people go through this shit every day and deal with that, and that's why a lot of bitterness and the baby daddy, baby mama shit come from. Me personally, it's just your child mama, that's your child daddy, or whatever the case may be, and let it be. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to say this to all the women that are out here that are going through these things. If you mad and you feel like because he done now got into another relationship, you don't want your child around him, you don't deserve shit. You need to sit back and figure out how to do it on your own because it's not fair that you mad because he done moved on into a better life. It didn't work. You need to accept the fact that it didn't work. And you need to figure out how to make your situation work. But sitting back, I keep saying all the time on Facebook, where all of these people, was I wrong? You mad because he's saying, oh, my wife, oh, I'm not doing this, or you didn't come here, my child needs to come first. But no, he got other children. He figuring out how to
If you gotta
prioritize the
ask if
situation.
you're wrong, most likely you're
You're
wrong.
wrong. Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like some of these are not, they're not, it don't even make sense.
My question to the men is if you know that you have sex with this woman and you get her pregnant and y'all don't work out, that she could take 20% of your income, and she don't have to get a lawyer. She don't have to do nothing. She ain't even got to get a job. She can make a living off of your 20%. Why are y'all sticking it to everybody? Why are you just so easily giving your seed to somebody? And then I don't understand y'all men that come from good families and then y'all get with these women that have no morals, no standards. They don't even know what it is to be a mother, but yet they having all these kids. I know women that have like a lot of kids and they don't take care of their kids. Their kids be looking snot faced, dirty clothes. They send them away. They don't even pack them a bag. You know what I'm saying? So why y'all don't do y'all research?
Look, I know a little gremlin like that. I know it's a little gremlin like that. There's a little gremlin like that. Be sending little kids places with no clothes and pound be talking about the daddy do it.
But now,
Or what about the ones that they look good and then they kids be looking out trash?
They think they look good. They think they
but
look
I feel
good,
like
but I feel
honestly,
you.
if we're talking about a 50-50 situation, I shouldn't have to keep packing and buying all of their stuff to bring to your house. If
No,
you
no,
get a
no.
50-50
That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
What if they
I'm
not?
saying what he
No, no,
talking
no.
about.
They might not even be going to their daddy house. I'm saying like when I was younger and I had my child, I'm sending my son to my mama house, to my mother's house. My mama got whatever she needed at her house, but guess what? My baby gonna have extra clothes. He gonna have extra food. He gonna have toys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna depend on you to have the things that I know that my child needs. Even if I'm sending my child to his daddy house, he's still gonna have a bag. I'm never sending my kid to his daddy house without something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to just give my kid to you and be like, here, you take care. I don't know what's going on at your house. Yes, that man should be responsible for his kid. That man should have everything at his house that that woman have at his house if they're doing 50-50. But if you are the custodial parent and you getting that 50 or 20% of child support, you shouldn't be asking your baby daddy for nothing extra.
I'm sorry, I still don't agree with
Well,
that.
we'll find out.
Agree to disagree.
Well, listen. Well, y'all let us know what y'all think about it. 'Cause we gotta get ready to wrap it up. Y'all let us know what y'all think about it. Drop in the comments. Jump in the inbox. Leave your inbox. What's your, I don't know what you pay. I be forgetting.
They can do it on the Lay It on the Line page.
Okay, we'll do it on
You can
there.
put it in the comments on this one here.
What
But
drop?
before we go, I want you to tell me, as a man, why would you allow a woman to take 20% of your income? Like, we talking marriage, right? Why would you want somebody other than your wife to have your kids?
Shit, she not. That's just me. Everybody do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be smart about who you are. Me personally, I'm going to be wise about it. If I shot up the club, I shot the club up because that's what I wanted to. If I sprayed up the club, not shot. If I sprayed up the club, because that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, and then if I know if I did it, something going to come out of it. What they say, you stick your hand in a cookie jar, you leave germs. So if I leave some germs in somebody's cookie jar, then shit, them my little bacteria's in there, so I'm going to bring them back with me. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't want it, I'm going to wash and make sure I'm straight. So that's what it is.
So, Ine, before we go, I want you to tell me the benefits and the disadvantages of marriage in 1 minute.
Honestly, I just feel like the benefit would be security. I feel like security that's gonna be my main thing. I don't know. I'm not too objective. You know, I just feel like, again, the easiest way without being married is, I can burn off whenever I feel like it.
Okay. Well, my closing remarks, I feel like make sure that you and the person that you're getting married to is compatible to you. You got to make sure that that's your person. I think I saw something online and it was like, this is what happens when you marry your opposite. If you be cold at night and they be hot at night, you got to make sure that you're going to be okay with covering up and bundling up in the covers because you knew when you got in that relationship, when you used to go to that man's house, that he had it at 30 degrees when you go to bed and you anemic and you over there sleeping in your socks. But don't get mad 10 years down the line and be like, you know what, I can't do it. Why you can't do it now? You've been doing it. You knew this before you got into that relationship. You know? But we gonna jump into the baby mama drama on the next episode. We gonna wrap it up and get y'all back to y'all day. Make sure that y'all follow us online. It's gonna be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Lay It on the Line. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. It's been real.